let's move on. Frankie Edgar is replacing Brian Ortega versus Chan Sang Jung, a.k.a. Korean Zombie.
Wow.
First off, no, I just want everyone's a Korean Zombie.
Okay, of course.
Because
Korean
all
Zombie's dope.
respect to always.
Frankie Edgar is dope too. So
yeah,
shout out to Frankie.
Shout out to the UFC for thinking that Frankie's going to fight Korean Zombie in on 30 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Come back and fight.
And fight. What's your man's name? Sandhagen.
Oh, Sandhagen.
Yeah, for Corey Sandhagen, like the next week. Like really?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Like, come on, fam. No, like, we even know.
Frankie Edgar is a guy that's been brutally stopped recently in fights. Chan Sung Jung is a guy that's brutally stopped people in recent fights, or at least in the Rodriguez fight, went to fucking war. There's no way Frankie, a guy that also gets in wars, is not going to take punishment in this fight.
Yeah, this is custom made for some sort of sloppy blood fest at some point in here. And one thing that people seem to sleep on with Korean Zombie, and I don't understand why, because he's shown you this time and time again, that man is a technical master. He gets better technique-wise every single time we see him. He does something, some sort of nuance. It's like, oh, that was fire what you just did. He keeps on doing it. And this is another thing that drives me crazy about this fight. And there's one more thing that drives me crazy too, but I'll get to the first one about this fight. Frankie Edgar finally goes down to bantamweight. They've been trying to get him to bantamweight forever. They've been talking about this forever.
The reverse Jose Aldo to 155.
Jesus Christ, man. They've been trying to get Frankie Edgar at bantamweight since the day before forever. He finally says yes. And now you book him a featherweight fight before the bantamweight. Like, come on now. Or right after the featherweight.
They have to save UFC Busan. They have to save it, man.
Man, I say call Shane Burgos, call Calvin Kattar or something like.
Shane Burgos would be nice. I would love that fight.
Yeah, that would be a dope fight.
Yeah,
that would be a dope fight. So there are other people to call that are still competing at featherweight. Just a thought.
And actually, like, closer to contender status than Frankie Edgar, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then on top of that, now you kind of get out of this sort of weird space where Brian Ortega had the opportunity to kill off a viable, marketable contender in Korean Zombie. Mm-hmm. You kind of snuck your way out of that one because you're painting yourself in the corner already. But let's put Korean Zombie back in front of a guy that Max Holloway has already defeated recently, so we can paint ourselves in this corner. We once again find a way to eliminate a good contender.
I'll say this: that worry should be there in terms of just matchmaking, period. But Korean Zombie should win this one.
Yeah, he should. He should. But Chad Mendes should have won the Frankie Edgar fight. You know what I'm saying? Like. But that's why they fight.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you don't throw that up there like that. You don't put that in the mix. Like it's unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. And I think it's very short-sighted.
It is.
And it's really fucking stupid.
And plus, like you said, like there's actual other names you can pull out.
Yes, other names that make sense without blowing up another fight, and a fight that they've been trying to get Frankie down to bantamweight.
Frankie sure just said no.
The thing
it's so sad that he is such a company man because he's not going to make the money he's probably rightfully earned or should have earned. His body's been abused time and time again by the sport, and he's put himself on the line for the UFC time and time again. And I hope he gets paid well.
I certainly hope so.
I hope there was a huge back end check for this guy all the time because he has been one of the biggest company men for the UFC.
They really need to take care of this man for doing this because this just puts too many things at risk and it shouldn't have been put together in the first place.
Absolutely agree.